In Minneapolis tonight, tensions are high as 4 police officers have been fired after a man was pinned to the ground and died.
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Hands up, don't shoot! Hands up!
Man, I feel like everything that's happening was supposed to happen.
This time, the images from Portland, where daily demonstrations have taken place for months.
The city has become a focus for demonstrations against police brutality and racism.
My name is Lindsay Strannigan, and I'm a small business owner in Portland, Oregon. I have been following the Black Lives Matter movement for a long time. I've gone to various marches and protests, but I mean, in Portland, as you know, people have been protesting a lot of things for a long time. But definitely, I think with the sheer response and how many people were showing up in Portland, it just felt like, a moment I didn't want to miss out on. So it's certainly a cause I've supported for a long time, but I will say after George Floyd maybe showed up in a different way, definitely more physical way. Yeah, I ended up being a part of the Wall of Moms.
Moms are here! Red State here! Moms are here! Leave our kids alone! Leave our kids alone!
The idea was these white women were going to form a line with their bodies to protect the Black and brown people that were out there doing this work every night. They did just that, and they ended up getting tear gas, and it was a whole thing, it became a national news story. And then more and more women showed up every night thereafter.
Killing peace for thousands of years is nothing new. So when the table turns, they want to cry about it. But I don't condone violence.
I live in Portland because I think it's a beautiful place to live, right? I love being able to see all the seasons. I like that the streets are still spread out. So I hear people when they're grieving over what they feel is the destruction of their city, their beautiful city. As a mother, I think the place that I go to in my head and my heart is if that was one of my children, what would I want the response to be? I think when you live in not just a city and a state, but in a country that continually kind of points to the devaluing of melanated people, you have to know that there's going to be some outcry somewhere.
Put your hands up. I want everybody right now on their knees with their hands up. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm a cop with a gun to your head. I'm a cop with a gun to your head, and I want you to get down and put your hands up. No, but give me your ID. No, sir, why are you reaching? What are you reaching for? Is that a weapon? No, sir, that's my skin. No, sir, that's a weapon.
And I think about, in comparison to recent history and that attempted coup at the Capitol, and folks scaling walls and urinating inside of buildings and defecating and killing people. Is that a riot? I see people peacefully marching in the streets and saying, something's got to be done. I hear people asking, and have been, over and over and over since the 1950s. That's 70 years. 70 years of history that's passed down from generation to generation. And I find it incredulous, as we know the human spirit and range of emotions, to think that people are going to always be quiet and calm as they're being harassed and killed in the streets. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I think it makes me feel enthusiastic and hopeful for the future to see that so many people are out there demonstrating and trying to make a difference. Yeah.
I feel like they've been good. I mean, it's at least bringing attention to it. Probably not everything is good, but that it's happening and that we're that it's attention being brought to Black Lives Matter movement is positive.
I think it's really important, but I do think that some people are, I would say, like, overstepping boundaries in, like, white people specifically, in like defacing things, and like it's causing a bigger problem than helping.
I don't think it's appropriate because it's a protest. There have been some looting, but it's more of a protest to make a change than an excuse to go doing things that you shouldn't be doing, which doesn't really happen. I think that the looting is unnecessary, but at some point you need to show that you're not messing around and that a change actually needs to happen.
I think it kind of distracts from the true purpose of what they're trying to do. I think it's just kind of a language thing where you say one thing, it can kind of totally change the meaning of it and misrepresent it.
I think, attention needs to be brought in to Black Lives Matter, whatever it is that to do that. It's good. So all mostly positive, and it always can't be, it's always gonna be a little messy, but yeah, the tension's in the right place.